Hello, I'm here with Isabel and we're going to demonstrate with you how to take your COVID test. And we're going to do this because I know that a lot of you haven't actually done a COVID test before, and some of you might be feeling a little bit anxious about what that looks like. So we are here in the testing centre that we currently have set up at Oldfield Park Hall. For your test, when you come into school, we will have moved our testing centre into the Roper Theatre downstairs. So it might look a little bit different. If you just scan around the room for me. So you can see that we've got some little testing bays where you're going to come in and sit down. And the most important point is, if you go back to reception, please, is that when you come into the testing centre, you're going to be met at the reception desk where you're going to have your details taken, and then you're going to come into a testing bay where you're going to sit down and have your test taken. Okay. Now, before we do that, I thought I'd ask Isabel to explain a little bit about what she's worried about and what it actually felt like for that first time. So it's going to be fair to say that it's probably a little bit daunting.
Yeah, I was worried about the nose.
Okay. So Isabel was worried about the nose one.
Yeah.
So there are two tests, aren't there, Isabel?
Yeah, there's the tonsil and then putting it in your nose.
Yeah, okay. So which one of those, you were more worried about the nose one?
Yeah, from the stuff I've seen, it looked quite scary, but it wasn't that bad.
Okay, and what did it feel like when you had to do the nose one?
Well, you're just going to put it up your nose until your eyes water, basically, so it's not, and you might sneeze after, that's about it.
Yeah. And to make sure that you've got a nice clean nose, the first thing that we ask you to do when you come in and sit down at the testing bay is to actually give your nose a blow. And that helps, doesn't it? Yeah. The other test that you have to do, so before you do your nose test, you have to do a swab at the back of your throat by your tonsils. So what does that one feel like, Isabel?
Well, I mean, it's not actually that bad. All you'll probably do is gag a bit, because it's obviously at your tonsils, but it doesn't hurt or anything.
I think some people are a bit worried that they're going to gag so much they're going to be sick.
That's probably very unlikely, to be honest, but I don't know. I don't think anyone has in school.
Yeah. So we've had around about 100 girls with us every week doing twice weekly tests for the last 6 weeks, and we haven't had anyone be sick. But just in case, next to each testing station we do have a bin, so that if you are sick, we will look after you, and then we'll do all the clearing up and stuff, and then we'll move on. But the likelihood of anybody being sick is quite small, even though I know that some of you might feel sick afterwards. Okay, so that's another big worry point there, I think. So we thought it might be helpful if we just role modelled for you Isabel doing her test, right from the start, where we're going to ask Isabel to come in to the testing centre, and then we can talk you through the different bits of the process. Now, when you arrive at the testing centre, your first step is to come to the reception area, and you will be met by one of our members of staff. So this is Mrs. Swash, that you already know.
Good morning as well, you okay? Right, I'm just going to issue you, because I've scanned in your particular barcode. This tray and your barcode are specific to you, so if you'd like to pop everything away and hand sanitize for me. And then if you can take this tray with you, and then the next thing is to go to your testing bay.
Okay, so if you want to follow us, so you'll be told to go to a testing bay number, and Isabel is going to go to testing bay number 8. Okay, so Isabel has sat down in her testing station, and she's handed her barcode to the test operative. So then what happens next?
I'll give you the swab, please, but before you use it, you need to blow your nose and then sanitise your hands again.
Okay. So you'll be given a swab, and that is in a container. And then, as demonstrated by Isabel, you'll need to blow your nose. And sanitise your hands. And at this point in time, it's okay that you've taken your face covering down so that you can carry out the test. So Isabel is going to take out her swab from the protective packaging. And then the first test that you're going to do is to the back of your throat and twist the, what's it called? Swab? Yeah. Twist the swab around so that it goes around a few times on your left tonsil and then a few times around on your right tonsil. Okay, well done. Now Isabel didn't even make any noise there at all, but lots of people do. So I'm sure Mr. White won't mind me sharing with you that Mr. White is quite noisy when he's doing his test. Alright, and that's perfectly normal. Different people have got different responses. Now, we've done the first test, so with the same swab, it's now the second test, which is Isabel's favourite, which is the one that's going to go up your nose. Okay, so that's going to go up your nose a few times, so you twizzle it around a few times, don't you? Yeah? And then we are ready for the next step.
Thank you. And then before you leave, it's very important that you wipe down the desk and anything that you touch. So if you touch the mirror, if you can do that to clean as well, and then sterilise your hands before you leave. Thank you, Isabel.
So wonderful. So Isabel had to put her swab into a container with the testing fluid, which got taken away with the test operative, and then her last job is to make sure that everything gets clean for the next person. So you'll be asked to sanitise your hands, to clean the station, and to wipe down anything that you have touched. Now, because Isabel is an expert, she didn't need to touch the mirror, did she? But some of you might need to come in and hold up the mirror and use the mirror. If that is the case, you'll need to wipe that down too. So you've left your test centre, it's all nice and clean and sanitised, you've done your hands. Yeah? So we'll have a one-way system, and all that's left for Isabel to do now is to put her face covering back on, and she is free to leave.